say yes. All right. So if you want to play music, the playlist is Yoga Candlelight under Spotify. All right, and let's start. So we're going to start in one of my favorite shapes, but just a little bit different. So take your yoga blocks, and if you don't have yoga blocks, make a blanket roll to go under your shoulders. But take one block on the second high end, that's going to be for your head at the top of your mat. Not the very high end, not the bottom, but the second high end, like the narrow side facing up. And then the other block right flat. And these blocks are just like perpendicular to the length of your mat. And that bottom block will be to support your back of your shoulders. So we'll carefully come down onto our blocks and wiggle in there until you feel like the bottom block is really supporting right underneath your shoulders comfortably. You might have to move a little bit. And the top block is comfortable underneath your head. And then if it feels okay, bring the soles of your feet together, not in too close to your groin, but like a loose Supta Baddha Konasana. So, and let the arms just rest out by your sides or down a little bit by your sides. Let your palms be open. And if this feels like a little bit too much opening with the knees apart, just go ahead and place your feet down on the ground, knees poking up. And let's take a long breath in through our nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Closing your eyes. Let's all take a long breath in, right down deep into our low belly. And let that go. And then just a few more breaths, feeling the support beneath your shoulder blades, feeling how that can encourage your heart space, your chest area to open. On our next breath, breathe into the block. So kind of allow the breath to kind of flow right into the block. Feel how that maybe opens up a little bit more through the chest. And let that go. A couple of rounds on your own rhythm. And let's start to bend the knees. Stretch your legs out long. And reach your arms straight up towards the sky, palms facing in. Now take an inhale, flex through the feet, and open your arms into a big wide T. Let that heart be open. And on your exhale, bring the arms up to the sky. Now point through your toes a lot. Take an inhale, reach the arms overhead now. Take a long breath in. Reach through the toes, reach through the fingertips. And on your exhale, bring those arms back up to the sky. One more time, flex through the feet. Inhale, open the arms out to a big wide T. Let those armpits open. Exhale, reach up to the sky. Inhale, point the toes, reach overhead, and we'll stay here. Take a long breath out, staying here in this big long stretch. And start to lower your arms, bend your knees, carefully roll off to the side of your mat so that you can remove your blocks and then return onto your back. Place your feet on the floor, knees bent. Just kind of notice the echo. Notice how now maybe your upper middle back wants to just kind of arc up and your chest maybe feels a little bit more open. And now tuck your hands right underneath your bum and reach your legs up towards the sky. Flex your feet a lot and bring your heels in towards each other. Oh, and I forgot, take your block and place it in between your inner thighs. However it's comfortable, right? Get those hands back underneath your bum. Now squeeze the block. Imagine you're drawing that block right up into the low belly. Your hands are supporting right underneath your sides of your sacrum. Slowly lower your legs. As you're hugging the block, hugging your belly in, slowly lower down. Maybe with your hands underneath your glutes, you can lower to a hover and then gather in with your low belly, come back up. Do that 2 more times. Engage that belly, press the shoulder blades down, lower and lift. And 1 more time, lower, slow, 5, 4, 3, not gripping in the neck, not gripping in the shoulders, just engaging through the belly, 1, and come all the way back up. Now take the block out, bend your knees, grab the hold behind your thighs, rock up and balance in your Navasana or your boat pose. Now imagine you still have that block, hug it in and up, plug your thighs into your hip joints, draw in with your low belly, release those arms maybe, or keep them behind your thighs. 5, 4, 3, proud through the chest, 2, and 1. Let's pivot around onto all fours. So 1 cow and 1 cat. So get your wrists right underneath your shoulders, push down into the hands. Inhale, let your belly drop, let your heart lift, and really focus on that heart here. Hold it here, draw the heart forward. And then exhale, draw in with your low belly, round the spine. Think about that belly hugging up in towards the spine. Now try to keep that low belly cat idea with the belly drawing in and up, but start to bring the heart forward like you're about to go into cow and find neutral spine right in between. So a little bit of cat chest, a little bit of, a little bit of cat belly, drawing the belly up and in, and a little bit of cow chest, drawing the chest forward. Reach the right leg back, parallel to the floor, flex the foot. Reach the left arm forward, coming into bird dog. So press into that right arm, take a long breath in. And on your exhale, gather in with your low belly, touch the elbow to the knee underneath your torso. 1 more time, reach, inhale. Exhale, tap. 1 more reach, inhale. Now here, bend the back knee, hold it here, reach back, and if you can grab the foot with the left hand, do that. And then kick the foot into the hand and the knee lengthens. Let the heart open forward. Imagine that block is still behind your shoulder blades. And then without kicking it away, release it with control. Inhale, leg and arm. Exhale back to all fours. Let's inhale into cow. Let that belly drop. Let the heart come forward. Exhale, round the spine. Push the ground away. Spread the space between the shoulder blades and breathe into there. Back to your neutral. Low belly hugs in. Heart reaches forward. Reach that left leg and right arm forward. Push the ground away with that left arm. Take a breath in. Get some more space. Fingertips to foot. Exhale, tap knee to chest. Inhale, reach, get longer. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach. Bend the back knee in space. Reach that right arm around. Grab the foot. Come into a little cobra or sort of cow, chest. Kick the foot into the hand. Draw the knee back. And release. Back to all fours. Right, now, neutral spine. Find your neutral spine. Tuck your toes. Gather in with the low belly. Can we hover our knees just off the ground? I think it's called beast, right? So push the ground away. You know it's not going to be forever. Hold it. Can we breathe? 3, 2, and lift up and back. Downward facing dog. So make some little alignments here. Bring your hands maybe a little bit wider apart. Have your index fingers parallel to each other, and then push into those hands. Wrap your triceps in towards your ears. Draw the biceps forward. As you push into the mat with the arms and the hands, send the sit bones back. Soften your knees a little bit so you give that back a little bit of a break as you send the sit bones back. Also, you can give yourself a little stretch through the center of the calves if you keep your knees a little bent. Feel that as you draw the heels down. Check if your feet are parallel to each other and if the ankles are straight back. And then drop the head. The more you push the weight back into your legs and hips, the less you'll feel this in the arms. And the more you activate those upper arms, the less you'll feel it in the wrists. So squeeze those triceps in. And now bring your feet together. Inhale to three-legged dog. Reach the right leg up, bend the knee, and stack into sunbird. So stack your right hip on top of the left. Open, breathe in. And as you exhale, let's step right to lizard. So right foot steps to the outside of your right hand. Let's bring the back knee down. Left hand over to the left side of your mat and take this to a twist. Open that right arm, open the right shoulder. Just feel and breathe here. Maybe let the hips come forward. Maybe let that right knee wing out. All these are maybes. Just get curious here. Let go through the neck. Maybe look down and look up. And if it feels available, bring the foot to the hand. If it doesn't hurt your knee or anything else. Just kind of unravel in it. And release. Place the hands, curl up the back toes, step back to plank. Shift forward on those toes, fire up the thighs, and then place the knees down. Hug the elbows in. Slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, draw the heart forward, baby cobra. Reach through the big toes, pull the heel of the hands back. Exhale, release. Push up either hands and knees or try pushing right up to plank and downward facing dog. If you'd like to pedal it out, we're here for 4 breaths. Cultivating length through the spine, ease through the neck. Maybe shake your head no or yes. Just let your head dangle. On your next breath in, breathe into your side ribs. Send those hips back. And then bring your big toes to touch. Reach that left leg way back. Big, big, big. Keep drawing the right heel down. Bend the left knee and open the hip. And step, bring the foot to the outside of that left hand. Back knee down. Take your right hand over to the right side of your mat and take your left arm up. And then explore again, right? Let your hips come forward any amount. Open up through that left shoulder. Maybe lift the inner arch of the left foot. Look down, look up. Kind of make it like it's not a static shape, it's sort of like an exploratory, like, oh, what happens if I go a little forward? What happens if I sort of wing that left knee out a little? What happens if I bend that back knee and bring the foot to the hand? Maybe. I couldn't do that for years. And then just kept trying and trying and trying, and mostly I can do it. So it's a journey, right? Always take knees down in any of these shapes that we take today, or take a break in child pose, right? Lift the back knee, step back to plank. Shift forward on those toes, fire up the legs. That's what's going to help with this. Maybe knees, or maybe you're able to come all the way down, straight down onto your belly. Inhale, cobra. Maybe the cobra goes up from a baby cobra to a teenage cobra. Soften the heart forward. Exhale, roll it down. Tuck the toes, push up hands and knees, or right to plank. And downward facing dog. Just 2 breaths this time. Pedal it out. And now bend the knees. Let's take a walk to the top of the mat. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold and bow. Keep your knees so soft that your chest is resting on your thighs. And maybe grab a hold of opposite elbow, ragdoll. Make sure that your knees are so bent that your chest is resting on your thighs. Drop your head. Now from here, you're in your forward fold. Bring your weight a little bit more into your heels and drop your seat. Drop your seat, drop your seat, drop your seat. Gather in with your low belly a lot and reach your arms forward. Keep your seat that low and lift your heart up into chair pose. Straight spine, hold it here. We're staying deeper than we think. Take a long breath in. And on your exhale, bring your hands to your heart, fold and bow. Let that go. Push down into your feet. Come all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach those arms up. And we'll take this to the Surya Namaskar 3 flow, right? So on your exhale, find your chair. Can you find it that deep as you did from the forward fold? Take a long breath in. And on your exhale, fingertips to the mat, right leg steps way back, back knee down, rise on up to a knee down lunge. So interlace the fingers, all but your index fingers. Lift up and back. Bring that sense of the block behind your heart again, wide open heart. Let the hips slide forward, breathe in. And on your exhale, hands to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, either halfway down or all the way down, chaturanga, knees or toes. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. If you're upward facing dog, fire up the legs. Exhale, flip back over the feet, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Sigh it out, sigh it out. Send the weight back towards the feet and heels. On your next inhale, 3-legged dog. Keep the hips square. So reach that right leg back. Reach back through the right heel. Draw the left hip back. Draw the left heel to the ground. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, knee to chest. Bring your foot between your hands. Back knee down. Here we are here. Knee down, kneeling down, lunge, interlace the fingers, all but the index fingers. Let the hips glide forward and feel like your rib cage can lift up and back out of your hips. Long breath in. Little back bend all the way up through the spine. And on your exhale, fingertips to the top of the mat. Tuck your back toes and a step to the top of the mat. Good. Come down deep in your chair. Reach the arms forward. Hold it here. Breathe in. On your exhale, fingertips to the mat, left leg steps way back. Untuck the toes, reach up and back. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. You can always skip any of these flows or inhale, high plank. Exhale, low. Inhale, whole body takes the back bend from the toes to the crown of the head. Exhale, downward facing dog. Long breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Take that left leg up and back. Hold it here in this three-legged dog. Cultivate that length. Draw the left heel back. Draw the right heel to the floor. Draw the right hip back. Breath in. Exhale, knee to chest. Step your foot between your hands, back knee down. Inhale, kneeling lunge, back bend. And fingertips to the mat, curl up the back toes, step to the top of the mat. This time, inhale, flat back, hands on your shins. Exhale, fold down, let it go. Drop your head. And then come into a flat back. Bring your hands on your thighs. Push down into those feet and come all the way up to standing. Good. Inhale. We're going to repeat that without the back knee down, right? Exhale, chair pose. Gather that low belly in. Good. And then step your right leg back into a crescent lunge. Bring your hands to your heart. So it's a big step back. Make sure that that left knee lines up over the left heel. And open the arms nice and wide now. Fire up that back leg. Feel like you're drawing the legs towards each other, like in towards your midline. Now take a breath in, lengthen through the crown of your head, and we'll take this to a high twist. Right arm forward, left arm back. If the balance is getting challenged, this is a balancing pose too. If it's too challenging, separate the feet a little wider, east to west. Hold it here, take a long breath in. Gather that low belly in, invite the twist right up into that middle upper back. Inhale, both arms reach. Take the back bend. Inhale, open. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Take the whole inhale to find your plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale brings you up. Exhale brings you back. 2 breaths. Lift that right leg up, three-legged dog. Get big. Not opening up through the right hip. Keep the hips square. Exhale, knee to chest. Bring your foot between your hands. You can grab it with that right hand. Stay down this deep in the legs and just rise up with the torso. Open the arms out to the sides. Good. Kind of squeeze the legs in towards each other. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, gather that low belly in. Take a twist to your right. Right arm reaches back, left arm reaches forward. So the stability in the legs, keep that. And now find some ease in the spine. Take a breath in. Maybe invite a little bit more twist out right up into that middle upper back. Good. And then bring your hands to your heart. Push off that back foot. Step to the top of the mat. Chair pose. One more time, the other side. Reach those arms. This is also called lightning bolt. So gather in with that low belly. Reach the fingertips forward. Sink the hips down. Breathe in. And on your exhale, hands to your heart. Step way back into your lunge with your left leg. Keep your hands to your heart. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, hinge forward and then take a twist, left knee to the outside of the right, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Now, rather than pushing or wrenching with the arms, invite a little twist, like you're inviting it a little bit all the way up the spine. And then bring your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. You can skip any of these flows or really use the whole body. Fire up into the plank, lower halfway down or all the way down, knees or toes. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, push into the mat, send the hips back, draw the heels to the earth. Release through the seat, through your glutes. Inhale that left leg, reach it up and back. Exhale, knee to chest. Step your foot between your hands. Stay this deep in the legs. Fire up that back leg. Don't change the legs. And bring the arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. Breathe in to lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, lean forward with the torso and take your twist. Right elbow finds the outside of the left knee. Use the strength in the legs to find the ease in the twist. And then unwind, bring your hands back to your heart, push off that back foot, step to the top of the mat, inhale, reach those arms up. Let's just kind of take one flow here, slow it down, breathe out. Inhale, flat back. And as you exhale, you can either place your hands and hop back to chaturanga, or you can step back to plank. I'll try the hop. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So listen to your body. Listen to those arms and wrists. Can you activate those upper arms? If this is a good point for a child pose for you, take it. We're here for 2 more breaths. And then let's lift up high on the tiptoes, bend the knees, look to your hands, take a breath in, try a hop or maybe walk to the top of your mat. Feet hip distance apart here. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Keep that length in your spine, and on your exhale, come all the way up to standing. So finding your mountain pose, right? Root down into those feet. We're going to take this into some balances, right? So let's rock forward and back onto the toes and back on the heel. Then find right in the center. Lift all 10 toes off the ground and then lower down one at a time, like they have little suction cups on each end of each bottom of each toe. And then gather that low belly up and in. Let the tailbone feel like it's anchoring straight down. Relax the shoulders. We're taking this into dancer, right? So take your left arm and reach it up to the sky. Open your right arm out to the side like you're welcoming guests into a ballroom, right? Bring all your weight into your left leg. Bend your right knee and grab the inside of, like the arch of the right foot. So your right shoulder is open. Now push down into that left leg and start to reach any amount, tipping forward, drawing your heart forward and reaching that, taking that right foot and pushing it into the right foot. Draw the right knee back. And then start to bring that right knee forward. Grab a hold of your knee with your right hand. Keep that left arm lifted. Open your knee out to the right, just as far as it wants to go. Keep firm through that left leg. And then attach the foot to tree pose. Your right palm is open on the thigh, and your left arm is still reaching up. Firm that left hip in. Drop the right hip down. Hold it and breathe. Look forward. Your gaze can be straight ahead or slightly up. And then keeping this wide open knee, just release the foot from the leg and step back to warrior two. Now the left arm is forward, right arm back. Take a look at your feet. Is there a straight line running from the left heel to the right? And then look straight ahead past your left fingertips. Relax the shoulders. Draw that left knee towards the left pinky toe and keep your gaze looking past your left fingertips as you turn your torso towards the long edge of your mat. So it's that like double spiral going on. Sink down a little bit deeper into the legs, right? Make sure that left knee is over the ankle. And now let's come into side angle. So lightly place your left forearm onto your left thigh. Reach the right arm overhead, extended side angle. Push down into that right foot. Lean back, open up through the chest. Reach through the fingertips like you're lengthening a rubber band from your right fingertips right to the outer edge of that right foot. Breathe into that whole right side body. Good. Inhale, come back up into warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Open up now that left side. Breathe in. And as you exhale, cartwheel your hands down and step back to plank. Woo, find your plank. Knees or toes, fire up those legs, push into those arms. Pivot the heels to the left. Maybe take the left knee down here. Right arm lifts up, side plank. Now push down into that left arm. Make sure your left shoulder's over that left wrist. Try to push down so much into that left leg and left outer edge of the foot. Can you stack the feet for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to downward facing dog. That's it, right? If you're craving a flow here, you can, or just stay in down dog. We'll do the other side when we get to the other side, right? Now lift up high on your toes, bend the knees, take a breath in. If you never hop, try it. Hop, maybe you make it halfway up your mat. That's good too, right? Inhale, flat back, hands to your shins. Exhale, push down into the feet, come all the way up to extended mountain. Reach those arms up. Now keep that right arm lifted. Open your left arm out to the side. Palm is open. Push down with that right leg. Bend the left knee. Dancer here. And you can just hold it. Or you can tip forward any amount. Reach the back knee back. Kick the left foot into the hand. If you wobble out, just go back in. And start to release the foot. Grab the knee. Open your knee out to as far as it wants to go without moving through your torso too much. And then place your foot either above the knee or below the knee. Then open your palm on top of your thigh. Draw that right hip in. Push down into the right foot as you reach through the right fingertips. Now release the foot, open the knee. How gracefully can you float to warrior two? Land as gently as you can. So your left foot is angled in just slightly. You've got that straight line, the right toes are pointing straight ahead, the shoulders are soft, your gaze is forward. Spin above the belly button a little bit, drawing the torso, the rib cage towards the long edge of your mat. As you do that, let the hips be open, draw the right knee towards the right pinky toe. Maybe sink a little deeper. And then keeping that same shape with the legs, take your right forearm on the right thigh lightly, take the left arm overhead and lean back slightly, like you've got a wall right behind you. Push down into the outer edge of that left foot, reach through the fingertips, tuck your right butt cheek under. Stretch. Inhale, come back up, reverse your warrior. Right arm reaches up and back, left hand down your left thigh. And cartwheel your hands down to plank. Step back. Make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Pivot the heels to the right side plank. Try to stack the feet. You got to really fire up that bottom leg. Engage the bottom thigh. Push into the outer edge of the right foot. Push into the right arm. Maybe look up. 3. Lift the hips. 2. And 1. Come back to downward facing dog. Optional flow here. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Nice, and then from here, lift that right leg up, stretch it up. Now, we're going into a version of pigeon, but it's not going to be a pigeon with weight on your knee. So if you're afraid of pigeon bothering you, give this a try. It's a different variation. Take your right knee and place your knee behind your right hand. And then just wiggle your left leg back a little bit and let your right hip drop onto the floor outside your right shin, right calf. So you're just kind of got this like long angle with the legs, right? And then come up onto your fingertips, breathe in, and on your exhale, twist to your right above the belly button, twist, twist, twist. Start to reach your left hand way over to the right. Your right hand can come over to the right. It's more into that left arm. Draw your right shoulder blade back. And as you keep this twist, maybe soften down onto your forearm, but keep the reach through the left arm so that you're breathing and reaching and stretching through that left side body. Let go of any tension. If down on your right forearm is too much, just stay upright, encouraging the twist, the breath. Nice, and then slowly return. Come back up onto like hands and knees or whatever you'd like to do now before the other side. Like if you want just to do some cat and cows, or if you want to just pedal out your dog, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. And from dog, lift that left leg up, stretch it up. Exhale, take the knee behind the left wrist, wiggle that right leg back, and let your hips just land on the ground onto the left side. Come on your fingertips, cultivate some length. Inhale through the spine. Exhale, twist to your left. Take that right arm, reach it over on the diagonal. Notice if you're gripping through the hips and the glutes or the pelvic floor. Just soften in. And then cultivate, again, that twist, maybe coming down onto the left forearm with the reach of the right arm over on a diagonal. Again, like, get curious. What would feel, this is a whole brand new side. Each side has its different tightness or different stuff going on, different history. 2 more breaths. And slowly come back up, pivot, and again, listen to your body. What do you want to do here to kind of release the effects of that? And again, we'll meet back in downward facing dog, just like a neutral spot after those twists. And from down dog, shift to your plank. You can shift forward on your toes and fire up the thighs and slowly make your way down in one straight line, or place the knees down. Come all the way down onto your belly and bring your fingertips out beside you on the mat like spider arms. So your elbows are pointing up and your fingertips are on either side of your chest. Reach through your toes, reach through the big toes. Breathe in as you lift your heart. And as you exhale, turn your head to the left, slowly lower down onto the right side of your head. With your breath, inhale, float up. Turn your head to the right, lower down, left side of your face rests. One more time each side. Inhale, float up. Heart, offer it forward. Exhale, turn to the left. Release. With your breath in, lift up. Turn your head to the right. And lower down. And bring your arms down alongside your body. Bring your forehead to touch the mat. Reach through your fingertips. Keep your forehead on the mat to start. Bring those arms parallel to the floor, palms facing in. Draw the shoulder blades back. Reach through the big toes. Hover those legs, maybe shins off the ground. Draw in with your low belly. And as you breathe in, offer your heart forward. Now lift the heart. Reach the fingertips back even more. Draw that heart and soften it forward for 4. Invite a gentle back bend all the way up the spine. Lessen the neck. 3, 2, maybe a final lift and reach. And release. Turn your head in the opposite direction than it just was. And now make a little pillow for your forehead. Place your forehead on your hands. Bend your knees. Let your feet kind of wash side to side. And bring your hands alongside your body. Push up into all fours. Stay in all fours for a moment. Just do a little cats and cows. And open your knees as wide as your mat. Big toes touch, knees as wide as your mat. Sink your hips back to your heels, child pose. Reach those fingertips way out long in front of you. Reach the arms out long. Let your forehead rest on the mat. If it cannot easily rest on the mat, slide a block underneath it or a towel. And now as you reach through your fingertips, breathe into your back body and side body. Let your glutes release. We're here for 5 long breaths. One more breath. In and reach those sit bones back, reach through the fingertips. Exhale out. And let's bring ourselves onto our back. So take your time, make your way down onto your back. One bridge pose, right? So arms down by your sides, heels in pretty close to your bum, feet hip distance apart. Now don't go up yet. Press the back of your shoulder blades straight down into the ground. Open up through, feel how that opens up through the chest. Lifts the upper back arch a little bit. Keep that. Then lift the hips. Draw the kneecaps forward. Keep pressing down into the back of the shoulders. Draw your tailbone towards the bottom of your mat. Now keep the hips lifted. Now reach your arms overhead, reach them back behind you. Try not to open up through the rib cage. So knit the rib cage, keep drawing the tailbone towards the bottom of the mat. Reach through the fingertips. As you reach that tailbone even more, draw the knees towards the bottom of the mat. Push the feet away and keep reaching through the fingertips. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, just soften down to the base of your shoulder blades. Everything else, the middle, lower back is off the mat. Reach, reach, reach again. Draw those knees away. Reach the fingertips in opposition. Inhale. Exhale, lower down just behind the belly button, but don't let the bum touch. And lastly, inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, lower everything down. Let the arms go. Separate your feet as wide as your mat and let your knees just wash side to side. You can bring your arms out into a wide T. Just let your knees wash side to side. And now hug your knees into your chest. Open them out wide apart. You can keep pressing down here. Feel how your low back is flat on the mat. If you can maintain that flat spine, give it a try. Take your peace fingers and grab your big toes. Bring the bottoms of the feet to face the ceiling. But if your tailbone curled way up, go back to just drawing your knees down. Relax through your neck. Relax the back of your head onto the mat. And invite a gentle rocking if you'd like, or you can just hold it. And bring the knees together. Give them a good squeeze. Keep your knees in close to your chest. Take this just to a simple twist. Bring your arms out to the sides. Let your knees drop to one side. Now, whatever side you dropped your knees to, turn your head in the same direction as the knees. And let the opposite shoulder just drip down away from your ear. Open up through that right shoulder, right armpit. Just let it drip down. Two more breaths, releasing into the shape. And take the top knee and then the bottom knee. Hug both knees into your chest again. And take it to the other side. Open the arms out to a wide T, palms face up. Turn your head again in the same direction as the knees and soften the opposite shoulder. This is it. Just imagine this. There's nothing you need to do next. Just be here now. And start to make your way back onto your back. Take a moment to move or not move to prepare for Shavasana. So if there's something that you need, that you feel like your body would appreciate in order to complete your practice, take time to do that. And then Shavasana. So if you're near a wall, be great. You could put your legs up a wall or just extend your legs out long. Let your feet flop open. Let your palms flop open. And allow yourself to just be here for these next few moments. Bring your awareness to the rhythm of your breath. Just watching. And begin to stretch and move. Start to draw your knees into your chest. Roll on to one side. Rest there for a moment. And think about how you can compassionately and slowly bring yourself up to your seat. And once you find your seat, let your arms rest on your lap or the mat. Let your shoulders soften down. Close your eyes and just notice what you've cultivated this morning. The sense of peace, the sense of calm. And we'll try to take this into our day. Open your eyes. Let's inhale those arms up. Exhale. Bring your heart to your hands. And release. Thank you all very much for joining me today. I'll stop the recording.